Imagine this, a sleek black limousine pulls up outside a modest apartment building in the pouring rain. Inside, a billionaire named Alexander Voss stares at his phone, his heart pounding like it hasn't in years. The text from his date reads, "Before we meet tonight, I have to ask, can I bring my twins with me?" He hesitates, fingers hovering over the screen. In that moment, everything changes. What if this simple question uncovers the man behind the fortune? Stick around, because this story of love, loss, and unexpected family will tug at your heartstrings and remind you that true connections are worth every risk. If you're hooked already, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring tales that prove miracles happen in the most ordinary ways. Elena Ramirez had always been the kind of woman who wore her heart on her sleeve, but life had taught her to guard it fiercely. At 32, she was a single mother to 5-year-old twins, Mia and Max, who were her entire world. Her days blurred into a relentless routine, waking at dawn to prepare breakfast, dropping the kids at daycare, rushing to her job as a barista at a local coffee shop, and collapsing into bed after bedtime stories. It hadn't always been this way. 3 years ago, her husband, Carlos, had been taken from them in a tragic car accident, leaving Elena to navigate grief while scraping by on minimum wage. Bills piled up like unopened letters, and the weight of it all sometimes felt unbearable. But Elena's spirit was unbreakable. She smiled through the exhaustion, whispering to her twins that "Mommy's got this," even on nights when tears soaked her pillow. Dating? It was a distant memory, something from a life before motherhood consumed her. Friends urged her to try online dating, insisting she deserved happiness. Reluctantly, she downloaded an app one lonely evening, swiping through profiles with half-hearted interest. That's when she matched with Alexander Voss. His profile was intriguing, a tech mogul who'd built an empire from a garage startup, now worth billions. His bio read like a motivational poster, seeking genuine connection in a world of superficiality, but his photos showed a man with piercing blue eyes, a sharp jawline, and an air of solitude that mirrored her own. They messaged for weeks, sharing laughs over bad coffee puns and deeper talks about dreams deferred. Alexander opened up about his isolated life, surrounded by luxury but starved for real companionship. Elena shared snippets of her chaos, careful not to reveal too much too soon. The night before their first date, Elena paced her tiny kitchen, phone in hand. Her sister, Rosa, babysat the twins in the living room, where Mia was drawing princesses and Max was building towers with blocks. "You sure about this, sis?" Rosa asked, eyeing Elena's nervous fidgeting. "A billionaire? Sounds too good to be true." Elena nodded, but doubt gnawed at her. What if he saw her as just another fling? What if he bolted when he learned about the kids? She couldn't afford another heartbreak, not for herself and certainly not for Mia and Max, who still asked about Daddy in quiet moments. Taking a deep breath, she typed the message, "Hey, Alexander. Before we finalize plans, I need to be upfront. I'm a mom to twins. Can I bring them with me? I don't have a sitter tonight." She hit send, her stomach twisting. It was a test, a deliberate one. If he said no, she'd know he wasn't ready for her reality. Across town, in his penthouse overlooking the city skyline, Alexander stared at the text. Rain lashed against the floor-to-ceiling windows, mirroring the storm in his mind. At 38, he'd achieved everything society deemed successful, a sprawling company in AI development, private jets, and invitations to elite galas. But success came at a cost. His parents had passed young, leaving him to fend for himself and relationships. They'd been fleeting, tainted by gold diggers or his own emotional walls. Elena was different, witty, kind, with a warmth that seeped through every message. But twins? He pictured the date, a fancy restaurant, candlelight, and suddenly, 2 little kids spilling juice. It was messy, unpredictable. Yet, something stirred in him, a longing for the family he'd never had. "Of course," he replied. "I'd love to meet them. Family comes first." His heart raced as he sent it, wondering if this was the leap he'd been avoiding. The date arrived, and Elena dressed simply, a floral sundress that hugged her curves, her dark hair in loose waves. Mia and Max were excited, chattering about Mommy's friend as they climbed into her beat-up sedan. Alexander had suggested a high-end Italian place, but Elena countered with a family-friendly park picnic, neutral ground. When they arrived, he was waiting under a gazebo, a blanket spread with gourmet sandwiches, fruits, and even kid-sized juices. No limo in sight, he'd driven his own car to keep it low-key. "You came," Elena said, surprise in her voice as the twins hid behind her legs. Alexander knelt to their level, smiling. "Hi, I'm Alex. Want to see a magic trick?" He pulled a coin from Max's ear, eliciting giggles. Mia warmed up next, showing him her drawing of a rainbow. As the evening unfolded, conversation flowed effortlessly. Elena shared stories of Carlos, their whirlwind romance, the joy of the twins' birth, the shattering loss. Tears welled as she admitted, "Some days, I feel like I'm failing them. Working double shifts just to keep the lights on." Alexander listened, his usual guarded demeanor cracking. He confessed his own emptiness. "I have everything money can buy, but no one to share it with. My days are meetings and mergers, nights are silent echoes." The twins played nearby, their laughter a soundtrack to vulnerability. But challenges loomed. When Mia accidentally knocked over a juice box onto Alexander's expensive shoes, Elena panicked, apologizing profusely. He laughed it off, saying, "Shoes can be replaced." Moments like this? Priceless. Word spread quickly in Elena's circle. Rosa was skeptical. "He's a billionaire, Elena. What does he want with a barista and 2 kids?" At work, co-workers whispered, assuming it was a pity date. Alexander faced his own hurdles. His board members raised eyebrows at distractions, and an ex-girlfriend leaked rumors to tabloids, painting Elena as an opportunist. One headline screamed, "Billionaire's charity case?" It stung. Elena confronted him over coffee one afternoon, twins napping in the next room. "Is this real, or am I just a feel-good story for you?" Her voice trembled. Alexander took her hands. "Elena, I've never felt more alive. But I get it, our worlds are different. Let me prove it." The first major challenge came when Elena's landlord evicted them over unpaid rent. She hadn't told Alexander about the mounting debts, pride holding her back. Panicked, she considered ending things. "I can't drag you into my mess," she texted. But he showed up at her door with solutions, not handouts. "Let me help as a partner, not a savior," he said. Together, they found a cozy house in a safe neighborhood, affordable on her salary, with his connections speeding the process. He didn't pay, he empowered her. Mia and Max thrived, their drawings now including Uncle Alex. Yet, emotional scars lingered. Alexander struggled with vulnerability, pulling away during a business crisis. Elena called him out, "Love isn't part-time. If you're in, be all in, for all of us." Resolution dawned slowly, like sunrise after a long night. Alexander integrated Elena into his life, introducing her at a company gala not as arm candy, but as his equal. She charmed everyone with her authenticity, twins in tow for a family photo op. When a health scare hit Max, a sudden fever requiring hospitalization, Alexander was there, holding Elena as they waited. "We're a team," he whispered. The boy recovered, and in that vulnerability, bonds deepened. Elena pursued her dream of opening a coffee shop, with Alexander's mentorship, not money. She succeeded on her terms, proving her strength. Months turned to a year. One evening, under the same gazebo where it began, Alexander knelt. "Elena, Mia, Max, will you make me the richest man alive by becoming my family?" Tears flowed as she said yes, the twins cheering. Their wedding was intimate, blending her cultural traditions with his modern flair. Challenges didn't vanish, blending lifestyles meant compromises, like Alexander learning to cook simple meals and Elena navigating high society events. But they faced them together, turning obstacles into stepping stones. As the sun sets on their story, remember, love doesn't discriminate by bank accounts or backgrounds. It's about seeing the soul beneath the surface, embracing the mess, and building something beautiful from broken pieces. Elena and Alexander's tale shows that a simple text can rewrite destinies, proving that family, chosen or born, is the true wealth. If this story touched your heart, smash that like button, subscribe for more emotional journeys, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Who knows? Your own miracle might be just a message away.